mode.
Welcome, Rasmus.
Thank you so much.
Rasmus, what do you, I mean, this is your first time in Buffalo now. When you look around the city and knowing the Sabres have the #1 pick, do you see yourself maybe being here?
Yeah, of course, nothing is done, so yeah, I have to wait to see, yeah, until the draft and see what's coming up. But yeah, if I'm coming here, I would love to be here. So I heard that great fans and everybody loves hockey here. So yeah, it seems like Buffalo is a great city.
How much have you, knowing that they have the #1 pick, you knew you were coming to the combine, but how much are you looking around maybe differently, knowing this is probably the place and this just isn't the place where you're here for the combine?
Yeah, I just enjoying my time here and yeah, doing some meetings and testing. So yeah, the time here has been great, and yeah, like I said, I'm so excited for the draft, the upcoming draft. So yeah.
How would you characterize your interview with the Sabres? How did it go? What kind of things did you talk about?
Yeah, it was kind of similar to all the other meetings I had. So yeah, you just want to know who I am and what do I do off the ice and all that kind of stuff.
How much do you hear the way people talk about you, and do you feel that pressure when someone calls you a generational talent, a franchise-altering player? Do you feel that pressure at 18 years old?
Not so much, actually. I've learned to not think about it, and yeah, just to focus on what I can do every day, and yeah, just eat, sleep. I have so many things other to think about, so I feel it's kind of easy. Yeah.
Does Brett take time to learn to block that out?
No, not so long time, but yeah. In the beginning it was a little different. Yeah.
I heard Phil Housley, was he in your interview or not in your interview?
It was not in the room yet.
What was your thought on Jason Botterill? What was your conversations with him like?
Yeah, it was like all the other meetings. Yeah, it was great. Everything was all fun in that meeting, so it went pretty good.
And what did you think of the facility? I know they took you on a tour. What did you think of the locker area and the arena and such?
Oh yeah, everything's great here. Yeah, we're here at the World Juniors too, so I played in a full arena, so it's pretty awesome here. Yeah, I love it here.
Rasmus, I know you didn't get to see a lot of the city at the World Junior. Have you gotten to see a little more of it this week?
Not so much actually. We're kind of busy this week, so yeah, I went out for a dinner, but nothing special actually.
What do you know about Phil Housley? Have you watched a video of him? What do you know about him as a coach or as a player?
Yeah, I saw some clip last day. I saw some moves he did. It was pretty awesome to see. Skilled player.
What do you think about playing in his system? Should obviously you be that first pick. What do you know about his system, and where do you see you fit? Because you're kind of that perfect guy they need.
Oh yeah. Like I said, we will see what's happening after the draft, but yeah, I don't know so much right now, so yeah, it's a hard way to answer that question.
How did your season go? Were you happy with it? And do you feel you're NHL ready right now?
Yeah, my seasons went so good. I learned so many things, so I think I'm ready right now to play in the NHL. So yeah, we'll see what the teams who picked me say. So yeah, just waiting and exciting to see.
Rasmus, what do you make of
dealing with all this? I mean, you had dealt with Sportsnet, and people came over to Sweden, and now you're going to be the focus of the draft, and you're going to go to the game in Washington. What's it like for you at this age, dealing with all of this all the time?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome actually. It's the first time so many cameras, I think. So it's fun. I love it.
What makes it? I mean, it's the first time so many cameras. What is your reaction? I mean, does the fact that you could be the #1 guy, and does that start sinking in, seeing all this attention you've attracted here today?
Yeah, of course, it's come closer to the draft, so yeah, I have my, you know, you're thinking about things, but you have no clue what the teams want and all that kind of stuff. So the only thing I can do is wait and just to be excited actually.
What's it mean to you to be possibly the first Swede to go since Matt Sundin, number one?
I don't know, but if that happens, I will be so glad and proud. So yeah, like I said, I'm so excited.
What was your reaction in watching the lottery when you saw you were waiting to find out who was going to get the number one pick? How difficult was that to wait, and what was it like when you learned it was Buffalo? What was your reaction?
Yeah, I was up in the night back home in Sweden, so yeah, it was just a fun night to watch so yeah, if it was another team, I would be happy too. So yeah.
What would other teams here, what kind of things would they ask you in their interviews, knowing they're probably not going to have a chance to draft you? Like, who did you talk to? What kind of things did they talk about?
Yeah, all the teams just asking me, who I am and what I do off the ice and some things I do on the ice and all that kind of stuff. So all the meetings, like I said, is kind of similar to each other.
Rasmus, how well do you know Lawrence Pilot? What kind of player is he? And you glad he's going to be here too?
Yeah, I've heard he's going here. He's a great defenseman. I think he won the defenseman. So he was hard to play against. He's a skilled D with great passes and great shot.
Do you know him very well or no?
No, I don't know him. Just play against him.
There's a lot of great defensemen from Sweden in the league right now. Like, who is your favorite Swedish defenseman in the league?
In the Swedish league?
In the NHL?
Oh, I think Erik Karlsson. I think he's skilled and overall a great leader too.
Why do you think there's so many, we think of Hedman and Klingberg, why are so many defensemen coming out of Sweden now, do you think?
I don't know. We like to have the puck and skate with the puck and great movement on the ice, I think. I think that is the main thing.
Rasmus, anybody can go online and watch your highlights and everything. What do you think your strengths on the ice are, and then maybe your weaknesses, things that you need to work on?
I need to improve on my defensive side. I need to get stronger and my shot too. And I think my best thing on the ice is probably the hockey IQ, I think.
Of all the clips of you can find on YouTube, do you have a favorite one?
Probably the goal against Skellefteå, I think. I don't know what happened there, but it was pretty funny.
Rasmus, was it difficult?
You talk about joining a young team that's growing. Is that something you look forward to, being part of a young team you can grow with, like the Sabres are?
Yeah, like I said, nothing is done. So.
But just in general, is that something you look forward to? Would you want to be on a young team that you can grow with?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've played for a young team now in 3 years, so to play with a young team is, everybody wants forward and everybody wants to development. So I love to play in the young team.
Rasmus, was there any bittersweet?
The shot he would do for you playing against men for a full season.
Oh, I learned so many new things. I was competing against men's, it wasn't easy in the beginning, but like I said, I learned and get more weights on my body. So in the end of the season, I feel kind of comfortable on the ice. So it was awesome that season.
Rasmus, was there any bittersweet memory of coming back to Buffalo, knowing that you guys kind of, after what happened at the World Juniors, and settling for silver?
You mean, if it's happening next season?
No. Did you feel any sense of sadness knowing that that Sweden didn't get the job done here in Buffalo, and did you have any, sad memories going back to what happened here in January?
Of course, it was a hard loss against Canada. So at that moment it was pretty bad. But now if I look back to the tournament, it was a great tournament. It was awesome to be here. We had a great team, and we were so close. So it was a great tournament actually.
How much do you hate losing?
Pretty much.
I mean, obviously people know what happened with the medal situation, but in Buffalo they've lost a lot. How much do you feel you can lift a team and not have them lose as much as this franchise has?
Yeah, I'm a player that wants to win, and to lose. So I think I can just bring myself and my competitiveness. I think so.
How does this all compare? I mean, how do you put into perspective a year in which you played at the World Juniors, you went to South Korea, and now this? I mean, what do you make of the past 4 or 5 months that you've gone through?
I'm starting to realize what season I got, and I was gone through so great experience. I've been to so many new places, and I've grown as a guy too. So it was pretty awesome season actually.
How have you grown?
I'm growing every day. I'm a teenager that's growing every day. So just as a person, starting to think about more things actually. So
What are your expectations for the first season in the NHL? What do you think you can do?
Just try to play my game. I think nothing specifically, but just to play my game and to compete with the best guys.
How do you think it will be to play 82 games?
What?
82 games, is that something you see as a challenge? Or?
I think I played more than 82 games this season, so of course it's hard, but it's hockey and I love it, and I want to play it every day.
Your dad was a pro player. He coached you a while, right?
Yeah, when I was younger, yeah.
What kind of influence was he and your mother on your career?
Oh yeah, my whole family has been so great for me. I think I wouldn't be here for them. They helped me with so many great things outside ice. And of course, my dad coached me when I was younger, so he learned me a lot when I was younger too.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Rasmus.
Thanks, Rasmus.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Welcome back. The weather's a little bit different now than it was back in December and January at the World Juniors, right?
Yeah, a little bit. I could finally walk outside again. It was pretty chilly to walk to the rink even in the garage, so no, it's beautiful out this week.
You're a big fan of Bill's Mafia, right? Or you got to be while you were here.
I got to be a part of it. Funny story is on the way to that outdoor game, we got stuck in a snowbank and people were already tailgating, so they pushed us out of the snowbank and there we go. We went right to the game, so it was funny story and fun to be a part of.
What do you make of how your season and how you developed over the season? A lot of people look at the World Juniors as maybe being a bit of a coming out party for you.
Yeah, I think that was for sure. I think it was a tough start, and I thought I adjusted over the first half, but definitely the World Juniors I played pretty well, and I just wanted to elevate that going into BU for the second half.
How did you find the adjustment to play against men, especially in the first couple of months
I was used to winning battles, every battle in the USHL because they're all my own age, but finally playing against 23-year-olds 5 years older than I am is different, but I thought I adjusted over time.
Have you made a decision on whether you're going back to BU?
No, I've not made a decision. I'm going to wait until after the draft and what team picks me and what they want me to do. But I'm definitely going to wait and see, talk to my family and stuff, and make a decision that's best for me too.
The fact that Quinny left, how does that factor in?
Yeah, I don't think that factors at all. I mean, obviously it stinks that he left, but we're going to be in good hands anyways with whoever the coach is going to be.
Do you feel that if some of your team decides they want to give you a chance next year, will you be ready?
Yeah, I definitely think so. After a big summer, I've already been working on it for 6 weeks now, so I've already had a good start, and I know I'm going to have a good summer. I'm going to be working hard and definitely trying to get a couple pounds heavier and stronger.
How much did it help you seeing what Matthew did through this process? I mean, how much did that help?
Yeah, I think it's definitely helped a lot. I get to talk to him. He went through it 2 years before, and he's got a lot of insight. So he's given me a couple pointers, and yeah, he's been a real big help.
Brady, do you feel as though you'll be the highest drafted Tkachuk, and is there any wager?
I mean, there's no wager right now. Maybe in the next couple weeks, but I mean, it's a hidden competition. We don't really talk about it much, but yeah, that would be nice to be the highest.
How excited are you just to show what kind of physical skills you have, especially tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good start today. It was a tough task, my first time doing the VO2, but no, tomorrow it should be good and should be a lot of fun.
What are you hoping to show to all the teams here?
Just what I can do well, and even if I don't do well in one part of it, then I can definitely improve that over the summer and over the years.
How many teams did you talk to this week?
Total 14.
How nice would it be for you to be the first forward selected?
It definitely would be nice. I mean, I feel like all the forwards bring something different to the table, and at the end of the day, it's whatever the team wants in a player.
What are your impressions of Rasmus? You got to see him at the Worlds. What are your impressions of what he can do and what he was able to do?
Yeah, I mean, he's an unbelievable player, and he's most likely going to first overall for a reason. He brings offense, and he's a great defensive player too. So yeah, he's an unbelievable player overall.
In the interview process, did you run into some guys that you saw as a whole kid following your father in locker rooms?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely saw some familiar faces and faces I've watched in the NHL and see them on TV when they're watching their own teams, and to be able to finally talk to them, it was pretty cool.
Is it different? Is it easier not being starstruck, being that you've been around the NHL for so long with your dad and all that?
Yeah, I definitely feel like I'm pretty used to it. I'm pretty used to the lifestyle and how each guy carries himself, and everybody knows so much about hockey. So it's just nice to finally be a part of.
You have a good interview with Montreal?
Sorry?
You have a good interview with Montreal?
I mean, I thought I had a pretty good interview with everybody. I just wanted to be myself and have fun with it too.
Did you feel there was any team that showed more interest?
Not really. I think it was all equal in every team.
Brady, how would you describe Albie as a coach? You had your year with him. I'm sure he's in the running to place Quinny. How would you?
Yeah, I mean, he's an unbelievable coach, and he's an unbelievable guy and a great recruiter too. Him and Quinny and now Coach Len Cannell, I mean, they did a really good job of recruiting players. And now, I mean, I know he's in the mix, but we'll see what ends up happening here.
Bruins don't have a first round pick, but did they talk to you?
They did not, no.
Would it be difficult for you to drop at the draft, maybe after Dahlin is especially Cup and the defenseman? Would it be difficult to go after this?
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a number. I think like everybody says, it's what you do after. So for me, it's would I be a little upset, a little bit, but at the end of the day, you're going to go to a team that really wants you, and no, I'm just going to be really excited for the next couple of weeks. So I'm looking forward to that moment.
What has David meant for you and your development?
Yeah, he was really important to me. He's one of the big reasons why I went to BU, and even for the year we had him, I learned a lot from him. I just learned about defensive play and good defense to good offense, and where I need to be positioned all over the ice. So I learned a lot from him, and he's going to be missed.
What's the biggest adjustment you found you had to do in playing against men as you adapted your game?
I mean, I just think, just some of the battles. And instead of just using my body, I'd use my mind too a little bit more and try to outsmart him. So I think that was probably the biggest thing.
You played with Quinn Hughes. What stands out in his play for you?
To be honest with you, everything. I mean, everyone sees the offensive flash and his speed and his skill, but he's so good defensively, and he just he goes in his top lines and shuts them down. So whatever team gets him, they're going to get an unbelievable player and an unbelievable person.
Couple more. When you made that decision to go to BU, did Quinny win you over, or were you going anyway?
I wanted to honor my commitment to BU. I committed there in the first place to go, and I wanted to do that. So I think he was a big reason why I went to BU.
What made you go the different route than your brother?
I want to play against the men. I mean, at the end of the day, both are the best options I can have. So there's no wrong decision, and I don't regret going to BU at all.
Brady, what is it about your game that maybe differs from your brother?
Yeah, I think I'm a little. I mean, I think majority we're very similar, but I think I'm a little faster, and I'm more willing to play physical and even more than he does, but I think he's a little fancier than I am around the net.
Brady, if you looked at the teams that had the best chance of getting you and decided by yourself,
where you think were the best fit? Not so much at the city or the team, where you look at their roster and think, I could fit it.
I mean, I don't really do that because at the end of the day, it's kind of my opinion where I think like I want to go, but I think it's the team's decision and where who the best player is and who's going to fit there and in what spot. So it's just the team's choice.
What would you think about coming to the Canadian City?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's in the NHL, and all cities in the NHL, so I'd be lucky enough to get drafted. And to be honest with you, I don't care where I go.
How much time you spent in Montreal over the years? Any?
I spent, I think, one weekend. I think the All-Star game in '09 when my dad played in that, so I think that's the only time we've been there.
Any players on our roster that you follow?
I mean, I follow every team. They came to practice at BU during the year. There's some of those big names, Drew and checking out. There's some of those I like to watch them too.
How cool was it to see them there at the rink?
Yeah, I mean it's awesome when you have an NHL team practicing at your everyday facilities. So it's it's pretty cool. I watched the whole practice and it was the pace, even though it was 45-minute practices. It was awesome to see.
You admire guys like Max Pacioretty?
I do, yeah. Unfortunately, he wasn't practicing, or I don't think he was on the trip for when he came to BU. But it would have been cool to see him practice and stuff.
Final question, Liz?
Brady, did you talk to the Edmonton Oilers, and could you imagine a Tkachuk versus Tkachuk robbery?
That's definitely been discussed in our family. It would be pretty cool, but I think it would be pretty stressful for my mom.
Thank you, Brady.
Brady.